morning, student. Today I will be teaching you all corrosion and rancidity, which is the last topic in the chapter 1 of standard 10th chemistry. First of all, corrosion. Corrosion is the process of degradation of the upper layer of any metal, or we can say corrosion is the process of destruction of upper layer of any metal by the factors such as air, moisture, acid, etc. So we can write that it is the process of degradation of the upper layer of any metal by the action of air, moisture, acid, etc. Now, among these factors, air and moisture is the compulsory factor for a metal to be corroded. Without the presence of air and moisture, corrosion cannot take place. Some of the factors responsible to increase the rate of corrosion are the irregular surface of metal. Second is metals belonging high in the reactivity series. Etc. These are the factors which increases the rate of corrosion. That is the irregular surface of the metal. When the metal surface is irregular, moisture get deposited over there, and wherever the moisture is present, the metal will get corroded. Metals belonging high in the reactivity series. Those metals, for example, sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminium, these all are the metals belonging high in the reactivity series. They react very quickly with the air and moisture and corrode the metal. Now, how can we protect metal from being corroded? So, first is by oiling or greasing. Because when we oil or grease a metal, air does not come in contact with it and it protects the metal from being corroded. Second is by painting the surface. Third is by the process of galvanization. Fourth, by the process of electroplating. Now, first of all, I will come to know what is galvanization. Galvanization is the process of plating zinc on the surface of metal, and this process protects the metal from being corroded. Electroplating is the process of electrolysis through which we develop a layer of other metal on steel or iron which protects it from getting corroded. So these are the process through which we can protect the metal from being corroded. First is by oiling or greasing, second is by painting, third is by the process of galvanization, fourth by the process of electroplating, and there are many such processes through which metals can be protected from being corroded. Now the next topic is rancidity. The food items containing oil and fats oxidized in the presence of oxygen and a bad smelling substance known as rancid is formed. This process is called rancidity. Again I am telling, the food items containing oil and fat oxidized in the presence of oxygen and a bad smelling substance known as rancid is formed, and the process is called rancidity. Now how can we protect the food from getting rancid? First is by using antioxidants. Some of the antioxidants are, for example, BHA, butylated hydroxy anisole. Second is BHT, butylated hydroxy toluene. These are the antioxidant which is used in the food items containing fats and oils to protect it from getting rancid. Second is by keeping or storing food in airtight container so that it does not come in contact with oxygen. Third is by keeping food at very low temperature. One process is by using nitrogen gas. So these all are some of the processes through which we can protect food from getting rancid. First is by using antioxidant. Example of some of the antioxidants are BHA and BHT. BHA, that means butylated hydroxyanisole. BHT, that means butylated hydroxytoluene. Second process is by keeping or storing food in airtight container. When you keep the food in airtight container, it does not come in contact with oxygen and protects the food from getting rancid. Third is by keeping food at a very low temperature. When you use a refrigerator or a fridge for keeping the food at very low temperature, it protects the food from getting rancid. And fourth is by using nitrogen gas. For example, you might have seen the packet of chips and all, which contains nitrogen gas and protects that food from getting rancid.